Here we are going to study about plant sexual reproduction. In case of plant, most important organ is flower. In angiospermic plant, most important organ is flower. What is flower? Flower is modified shoot. Modified shoot for reproduction. Flower is most important characteristics found in the angiospermic plant, which is nothing but the modified shoot. Shoot of the plant is get modified into flower, specialized structure called flower for sexual reproduction. Then what is the function of flower? Most important function of the flower is formation of gamete. Gamete formation. And then another function of the flower in reproduction is fertilization takes place in flower. Fertilization and gamete formation, these are the two important functions performed by the flower. Then let's see, you know that there are different parts of the flower. These are the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Let's see here. I will revise again. Already you have learnt in the 11th class. See the structure of flower, typical flower, by taking phase of flower, phase of typical flower. Typical flower consists of, here, this is the stalk of the flower is called pedicel. This is the pedicel. Pedicel is nothing but the stalk of the flower. On the pedicel there is a solar portion. On the pedicel is called thalamus. Thalamus have node and internode like stem. Thalamus have node and internode like stem, on which different floral whorls are developed. This is the first whorl of the flower. This is the carpel, this is stigma, this is style, and this is the ori. Then next whorl of the flower is androecium, arises from the thalamus to androecium on another side. Androecium. Next whorl of the flower is corolla. This is the corolla. On other side, this is the another corolla. Then next whorl of the flower is calyx. This is the calyx. This is the typical structure of flower by taking vertical section of flower. This is pedicel, stalk of the flower. Next part is thalamus, solar portion after the stalk. On the thalamus there are different whorls arises. This is the outermost whorl of the flower is called as calyx. Calyx is made of sepals. Calyx is made of sepals. There are number of sepals according to species of the flower, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Sepals are green in color, and hence the function of the calyx is to perform photosynthesis. Another function of the calyx is being outermost, which protect the inner wall of the flower during bud conditioning. This is the function of calyx. Another whorl of the flower is corolla. Corolla is the second whorl after calyx. Corolla is bright and attractive with nectar, and individual member of corolla is called as petal. Petals are colored portion, attractive portion which attract the insect for pollination. This is the function. And individual member of corolla is called as petal. This is first petal. Number of petals are different in different species. Here in vertical section we have seen here only 2 petals. Next whorl of the flower is called as androecium. Androecium is made up of anther and filament. Next whorl of the flower inside the corolla is called stamen. What is the structure of stamen? Stamen consists of apical region called anther, and next region, elongated long portion, is called as filament. Together called stamen. Number of stamens are present in the flower. Here we drawn here only 2 stamen. What is the function of stamen? Stamen is the male reproductive whorl of the flower which produces pollen grains inside the anther. Next whorl of the flower is carpel. Carpel is the innermost whorl of the flower which consists of apical region, stigma, and this is the long style. Together called carpel. This is the carpel, and the base of the carpel there is presence of ovules. Ori. At the base there is a presence of ori. This is the ori. That means single carpel consists of, at the tip there is stigma. This is a long style, and at the base there is ori. What is the and together called carpel? Together called carpel. Stigma, style, and ori together called carpel. Carpel is the female reproductive whorl of the flower, and function of carpel is production of ovules inside the ori. Inside the ori there is a presence of ovules, and inside the ovules the female gametes are developed. This is the typical structure of flower by taking vertical section. Then next part is development of anther. Inside the flower, we know that the two important organs in the flower is which are these? Androecium and gynoecium. Androecium, individual member of androecium is called stamen. Individual member of gynoecium is called carpel. What is structure of stamen? Stamen consists of anther and filament. Inside the anther there is a presence of anther lobe. There is presence of 2 anther lobes are present. Anther lobes. Inside the anther lobe there is microsporangia. Microsporangium. It is in plural. Microsporangia. Inside the microsporangia there is a development of microspore. From the microspore there is development of male gamete. See again. Stamen consists of antherlobe and filamen. Inside the antherlobe there is a microsporangia. 4 microsporangia, or it is also called pollen sacs. In each pollen sac there is a development of microspores. Microspore is nothing but pollen grains, and inside the pollen grain or microspore there is a development of male gamete. Likewise, another important whorl of the flower is gynoecium. Individual member of gynoecium is called as carpel. Carpel consists of stigma, style and ori. Inside the ori there is megasporangium. That means ovules. Megasporangium nothing but ovules. Ori or ovules. Megaspore, inside the megasporangia there is a development of megaspores. Inside the megaspore there is development of female gametes. These are the two reproductive whorls found in flower. That is androecium, another one is gynoecium. Because they take part in reproduction, hence they are called as essential whorl of the flower. Why the androecium and gynoecium called the essential whorl of the flower? They take part actually in reproduction. While outer two whorl of the flower like calyx and corolla does not take part in the reproduction. They are called as non-essential whorl of the flower. They does not take part in the reproduction. Androecium and gynoecium are the essential whorl of the flower. In the life cycle of the plant, there is a development of 2 stages. These are there are 2 developmental stages in the life cycle of the plant. First one is sporophytic phase and another one is gametophytic phase. Sporophytic phase is diploid. Diploid means 2n number of chromosomes. Sporophytic phase is diploid and dominant. In case of plants, sporophytic phase is diploid and dominant. Inside this sporophytic phase there is development of different organs. That means root, stem, leaf and flower. Inside the flower, after meiosis, there is a development of gametophyte. After meiosis is type of cell division. Diploid sporophyte is converted into haploid gametophyte phase. Gametophyte phase is reduced phase in the life cycle of the plant. Very reduced and microscopic phase is gametophytic phase. Only there is a formation of gametes and male gamete and female gamete. These are the microscopic and reduced phase in the life cycle. While the sporophytic phase is diploid and dominant. Sporophytic phase, in the sporophytic phase after meiosis there is development of the life of the plant enters into gametophytic phase. Then after the formation of gamete, that means the male gamete and female gamete unite to form the zygote, diploid zygote, male gamete and female gamete, there is formation of diploid zygote, and zygote is the initial phase of the sporophytic phase. Male gamete and female gamete unite to form male gamete formed during the gametophytic phase, which is haploid. Female gamete formed during gametophytic phase, which is haploid. Two haploid male gametes and female gamete comes to form diploid zygote. Diploid zygote, which is the initial stage in the sporophytic phase. Zygote undergoes, there is development of embryo and then organism. There is development of organism, that means plant. There is development of organism. Diploid plant, in case of plant there are root, stem, leaves, flower, fruit, seeds are present. All these structures are sporophytic phase, included under sporophytic phase. Only formation of male gamete and female gamete on the sporophyte is called the gametophytic phase. Hence the gametophytic phase is a reduced phase, and which is haploid. Gametophytic phase is haploid phase in the life cycle of the plant. Do you understand this difference between sporophytic phase and gametophytic phase? Then there is a development of anther. There is development of anther. You know that the structure of stamen now. What is the structure of stamen? Stamen consists of two anther lobe. This is first anther lobe. This is the another anther lobe. This is long filament. These are the anther lobes. These two anther lobes are connected by thin tissue, is called as connective. Connective is not fertile or sterile region of stamen, which joins the two anther lobes together, and this is the long filament. By taking transverse section of anther, if we take the transverse section of anther, what we have seen, there is two anther lobes. This is first anther lobes having two pollen sacs or microsporangium. Another anther lobe having two pollen sac or microsporangium. This is the filament. Hence the anther is dithecous. Dithecous. What is the meaning of dithecous? Anther having two lobes is called as dithecous. Dithecous anthers are generally found in plant. Sometimes in some cases or in some plants monothecous. Monothecous, that means single anther lobe is present in some cases or in some plant. In each anther lobe there is two pollen sac or microsporangium. These are the two microsporangium in one anther lobe. These are the two microsporangium in another anther lobe. That means there are four microsporangium. It is present in dithecous anther. In case of dithecous anther, there is four microsporangium. Hence, It is called as a tetrasporangiate. Tetra means four. Tetrasporangiate. Tetra means four. Tetrasporangiate condition. In Dipithecus anther, there is tetrasporangiate condition is found. While in Monothecus, if there is one anther lobe, only two polar sac or microsporangium is present. How many polar sac? Two. Two polars, only two sporangium are present in case of Monothecus anther. Meaning of tetrasporangiate is important. Meaning of Dipithecus anther, it is again important. In how the development of anther takes place, there is development of some hypodermal cells. This is the structure of stamen. When the stamen is immature condition, some hypodermal cells get divided into archaeosporangium. Archaeosporangiates or archaeosporangium. There in archaeosporangium get divided into two types of the cells. Outer parietal, primary parietal cells, and inner from the archaeosporangium, inner sporogenous cell. Parietal cell is converted into anther wall, and sporogenous cell then converted into male gametes. There is development of male gametes. Hypodermal cell are first converted into archaeosporangium or archaeal cells. Archaeosporangium get divided into outer primary parietal cells and inner sporogenous cells. Outer primary parietal cells, the role of outer primary parietal cell is development of anther wall. In the anther wall there are four layers are found, and in the from the sporogenous cell there is development of male gametes or microspores. Then we shall study about the TS of anther. Then we will study about the TS of anther. We know that there is two anther lobes are present. Two anther lobes. In the each anther lobe, there is a development of, this is the one anther lobe, this is the another anther lobe. In the one anther lobe, there is two pollen sac or microsporangium. These are nothing but the pollen sac or microsporangium. And in a case of another anther lobe, there is also development of two pollen sac or microsporangium. Hence, there is a development of 4 microsporangium or pollen sac. Hence, it is a tetrasporangiate. Outer primary parietal cell develops into 4 layers. Outermost layer is called as epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer of the anther. This is the transverse section of the anther. Transverse section of anther, base of anther. Outermost layer developed from the parietal cells. This is epidermis. Epidermis is single layered flattened cells. This is the single layered flattened cells which covers on the surface of outermost surface of the anther lobe. Single layered epidermis. What is the function of epidermis? Being outermost, which is protective in function. Inner to this, inside the epidermis, there is a development of another layer. I have to avoid complications. You refer diagram in books. This is the second layer inside the epidermis is called endothecium. Endothecium is again single layered inside the epidermis. Single layer which surround the microsporangium. What is the function of endothecium, which is hygroscopic in nature and hence which is useful in dehiscence of anther? Dehiscence. What is a dehiscence? That means rupturing the wall of anther and release of microspores or pollen grain is called dehiscence. When dehiscence takes place? After the maturity of the anther. Then there is a development of middle layer. Middle layer are about 1 to 3 layers. They are about not like epidermis and endothecium. They are about 3 layers. First layer, second layer, third layer around this sporangium is called as middle layer. To avoid complication, only simply I labeled here as a middle layer. Actually, there are 3 layers present. Middle layer, 1 to 3 layers are present inside the endothecium. Middle layer are disintegrate after maturation of the anther. These pollen sacs are merged due to the disappearance of the middle layer after maturity of the anther. This is the middle layer. Then next layer is tapetum. Tapetum or septum is the innermost wall layer. See here, outermost epidermis, then endothecium, then middle layer. About 3 layers are there. Then the innermost layer which surround the sporogenous tissue. Sporogenous tissue is surrounded by tapetum. What is the function of tapetum? Which is a nutritive in function. This is the function of the tapetum. As well as tapetum develops sporopolonium. Polonium, which forms the exine of the pollen grain. which due to that enzyme does not decompose. What is the function of sporopolony? Next sporopolony is asked, will be asked in the competitive examination. Sporopolony. From which layer of the anther wall sporopolony develops? From the tapetum. Another function of the tapetum is nutritive function, because which supplies nutrition to the sporogenous tissue. Inside this is about all about the anther wall. This is the anther wall. There are four anther walls. First is epidermis, second is endothecium, third is middle layer, and fourth one is tapetum. These are called anther wall. Inside the anther wall there is a sporogenous tissue. Sporogenous tissue. What happens from the sporogenous tissue? Sporogenous tissue, inside the sporogenous tissue there is a presence of diploid spore mother cells. There are number of spore mother cells which are diploid in nature, twice n. Undergoes meiosis. Undergoes meiosis. Meiosis means there is reduction division. Spore mother cell which is diploid in nature undergo meiosis, and there is a development of haploid spore tetrad. There is a formation of tetrad. 4 cells are formed after the meiosis. First one, second, third, and behind fourth one is called as spore tetrad. This is the spore tetrad. The tetrad are released after that and forms, there is development of microspores or pollen grain. Microspores or pollen grain. After the dehiscence of the anther, when the anther or stamen get mature, there is a dehiscence of the anther and release of pollen grain from the anther. How get their dehiscence? Function of endothecium. Endothecium is hygroscopic nature. After maturity it become dry and there is a dehiscence, and the middle layers are merged, and this is the line of dehiscence. Ruptures. Anther wall get ruptured and release of pollen grains. These are the pollen grain. Anther wall is get ruptured. And there is a release of pollen grain or microspore. He is called after the dehiscence of anther. When the dehiscence takes place? After the maturity of the anther and release of the pollen grains. The pollen grains get pollinated by different agencies like wind, water, insects, etc. and fertilization takes place. Okay, thank you.